Okay. Good morning, Miss Rachel and my fellow friends. Today we are going to talk about the political and environmental impact of festival event in Malaysia. So my team members are Lo Su Ching, Zi Ting, Tan Yu Jie, and my name is Tan Yin. Okay. There are many festival events in Malaysia which happens in different months with different groups of religions such as Thai Buddhism in January, Chinese New Year in February, and Viksa Day, Deepavali happens in following months. Government and many government agencies support to launch the festival event because through the festival events, it helps to spread the message of understanding and acceptance of each races and religions. It helps to unite the Satu Malaysia and improve the reputation of Malaysia. So these are the example of each religion's festival event. So I will pass to Tan Yu Jie.
Good morning, everyone. Firstly, I would like to present about the economic and social benefits that will bring to the residents and community when the political of the country are stable. The economic benefit is it will boost the local economy both on and off the festival site. On-site spending includes food, beverage, parking fees, admission fees, and more. Whereas off-site spending related to festival generate revenue for communities. For example, the visitors stop at local gas stations, souvenir shops, and restaurants. Festival also provide free marketing and advertising for local businesses as visitors talk about their fun experiences when they go back home. If visitors post comments and photos about their experiences on Facebook or other social media, so much the better. For social benefits, the first one would be fostering community pride. Hometown pride is a critical factor in the development and improvement of any community. Residents with community pride are more likely to speak positively about their hometown to others and to volunteer with organizations and activities that support the common good. The second one would be strengthening relationships. Most of the relationship building occurs in the festival planning phase. This is where bonds among public and private organizations, government, and neighborhood groups are forged and where connections among elected officials, staff, volunteers, and interested residents are made. Next, I would like to present the three ways that politics can impact the event industry. The first one is trade. For example, in UK, there is still a lot of uncertainty as to how Brexit will impact the UK trading system. The current system allows companies based here in the UK to sell their goods freely to customers anywhere within the European Union without those customers having to pay additional taxes to import those goods. The same applies for British consumers and companies, as they can import goods from elsewhere within the European Union without tariff. Now, with the introduction of Brexit, it is unclear as to whether this will still be the case. Changes to this could have a huge knock-on effect on the industry in regarding to import the equipment required for events. This could especially impact the UK event industry. Artists may be heavily taxed on importing equipment, which may discourage from coming to the UK to perform. The second one is travel. In this case, I will take UK as example too. Travel is a huge part of the event industry as it allows companies access to larger business opportunities. There are many different reasons why people in events may need to travel. This could be to view a local venue, to arrange set up for an event, or to attend a conference halfway across the world. However, we are not the only ones that travel. people worldwide to the UK for business. Therefore, any restriction that may be placed upon travel could have a huge impact on business within the event industry. Travel-related issues that currently have the potential to impact business for the UK event industry are restrictions on travel outside of the UK and control access into the UK for European Union citizens. The last one is safety. Whether location is safe to hold an event or not determine business within that area. Terror attacks can increase business expenses due to economic damage or lack of tourism. It is noticeable that such attacks have devastating effects on economies and tourism, which can be seen from previous attacks. Next, I would like to pass to my group member for environmental impact of festival events.
I would like I would like to present about environmental impact. Events have direct and indirect. Um, can you hear me?
So I think your speaker got some issue, is it? There's a sharp now it's
I got some issue with my speaker. Can you hear me, Miss?
now okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Events have direct and indirect connection with the environment, from movement of decision making about traveling. People make some kind of impact on the environment. Natural resources such as physical factors can be grouped into two larger sets. The first one is natural environment, which contains traceable lifeless natural resources, the flora and fauna, as well as the landscape, for example, air quality, geological factors, water quality of natural resources. The second one is man-made environment, which contain everything that has been introduced or built in a visual impacts, change in the land use infrastructure. The environment impact contains air quality. Events involve a number of air-polluting exhaust gas and steam-emitting activities such as road and air transport. Moreover, there are significant emissions at catering and accommodation establishments as well as during events. Consequently, an increase in carbon emission which show the greenhouse effect. Noise pollution, which may result from transportation, the hospitality industry, or from the operation of entertainment facilities, also belongs to the impacts that influence air quality. The increase in facilities, participants, and business in a given area, the more intense the air polluting impacts become. For example, 9 Imperial Gods Festival in Penang, Malaysia, which allow the participants follow the parade by using their vehicles such as motorbike. The second one is geological condition. One of the impacts on the geological environment made by festival event is littering. As the is littering. Aesthetically, non-removed rubbish makes an unpleasant sight. Moreover, decomposition of litter may release toxic material into the soil. Unfavorable geological impacts may be caused by heavy metals, which are released into the air by the ever-growing traffic and wash into the surrounding vegetation, flora and fauna. Additionally, untreated sewage leaks can affect not only the soil itself but also the surface and underground waters. As for example, devotees will enjoy the delicious vegetarian food during the 9 Imperial Guards Festival. Meanwhile, 15 to 20% of the food wastage rises during festive season as there is 60,800 tons of food waste.
Green or sustainability is no longer an option for the event planners, and it has become a critical element to stay competitive in the event industry. When considering how to improve the sustainable event management, event organizers and exhibitors must understand how sustainability is approached in practice, as the management of environmental sustainability in event management requires all acts of stakeholders and members of host communities to organize and plan events collaboratively in order to accomplish sustainable development and efficiently reduce the event's negative impact on the environment. According to Sustainable Event Guide, event organizers can reduce the negative venue selection of an event is equally important. If possible, the venue should be chosen for its public accessibility, meanwhile implement energy efficiency measures, comply with the green building standards, and use renewable energy resources. It could also minimize private travel by fostering public transport. Furthermore, all communication activity with event participants or attendees, such as event event announcement and invitation. Register and communication with participants are handled throughout the event have the potential to reduce negative impacts and increase awareness raising by reducing the paper usage and replacing the materials used with electronic devices, online registration system, and social media. These methods are nowadays commonly found in and easy to use. Next, I will pass the other part to my group member, Wang Ziting.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the methodology we use for this study. The first one, we use the context of the evaluation, and the second one is the system description, and the third one is conceptual model and the associate mathematic model, and the fourth one is the result of the evaluation permit the analysis of the case suitability through comparison with the defined radiological criteria. And that's it. That is all for presentation, and this one is our reference. Thank you.